Cuties, I am recording a little video to explain to you how I organize all of my digital images. So first of all, when I download, they go into my download folder here on my computer. I extract everything, delete the extracted file, and here would be the file that I saved. This is Kelly's newest Home for the Holidays collection. What I've already done is I have went in on the PNGs using my silhouette and created silhouette cut files. So I have those in my file also. I'll open up one of them, which will open it up, and here's my Silhouette Studio. Normally I open my Silhouette Studio and then open the PNG file inside it, and Silhouette automatically traces all of the PNGs with cut lines. This is taking just a second and it's going to pop up. There we go, right here. So what I do is after this is imported into my Silhouette, I go up here on the right hand side and I add registration marks. See this little black corner here and here and here? That is so that the Silhouette can register and know exactly where the prints and cuts are on this piece of paper by those little registration marks. So I add that, and down here under transparency, I pull that over as far as I can to the left so that it opens up this cutting and printing area. On occasion, I have to resize the images to fit inside these cut lines. Most of the time I don't. Sometimes if I want them smaller to put in my planner, then I will shrink these down, rotate it, and put two of them on a sheet so that it's kind of like two A5 files. It makes them that size. Anyway, once I do all of that, then I go up here and put File, Save As, Save to Hard Drive, and then it would put it in the correct file, which I've already done. I could save them as SVG files and they could go into my Cricut. I could use them in my Cricut or my Silhouette. But because I use my Silhouette for printables and stickers, I just save them as Silhouette files, which right here shows you file type, and it's got this little blue S here for the Silhouette. I have both Silhouette and Cricut. My Cricut I have because I'm a close to my heart maker, otherwise consultant, and most of the files are Cricut. They used to have a contract with Cricut. They still have old files in the Cricut design space for people that have purchased them, but a lot of the consultants design cards and scrapbooking and everything in the Cricut. So if you ever buy any of their projects, that's what they use as Cricut files. So I do use my Cricut for close to my heart type product, but otherwise I use my Silhouette for printable stickers, paper, journaling cards, cutting vinyl, just any kind of die cut. I use almost exclusively my Silhouette. I just believe that it's a little easier to use and design, a little user friendly, but they're both good machines. I just prefer my Silhouette. So anyway, there is my folder that I've extracted, and it's still in my downloads. I save all of my digital products on external hard drives. So I'm going to go out here and look for Drive I. And I've created my own special little Kelly Bangs folder. I have year folders, and those are her kits that she has on her website by year. If I have other things special, like I have a custom paper doll here, I have my Fussy Cut and Cuties has their own. And then if she designs anything for Illustrated Faith, I put that in its own folder too. So right now, these are what I have in there, not a lot, but Project Grateful was part of Illustrated Faith. So see, I've got those by month inside Project Grateful. So I know, oh, here's October 22. See how I've created all these silhouette files for my printables? I do that a lot. It saves me a lot of time to just do it and then save them, even before I print and cut them. So those would be Illustrated Faith. Here's the Fussy Cuttin Cuties 2022. Here's October that we've just gotten PNGs. That wallpaper that you could load to your desktop, and the Cutie kit are all inside the Fussy Cuttin Cuties. There's October. So that's how I save my printables that I print for stickers, papers, whatever. Some of them are by designer. Here are planner stickers from, I put various designers that are specifically planner stickers in there. I have a silhouette cut file folder. If I buy them from Etsy, there's an Etsy folder. If I buy them from Close to My Heart, there's a Close to My Heart folder. If I buy them from Paige Evans, I have a Paige Evans folder. Heidi Swap has a folder. To me, it's way easier to file them by artist, by type of file. I've been doing this for probably 15 to 20 years, a long time. Because I digital scrap also, and I use some of this stuff in my digital scrapping. I have another external hard drive for my digital scrapping that I put by artist, like American Crafts. Did you know that a lot of the American Crafts are also digital? So you can go on American AC Crafts, I think is what it's called, by artist, and you could buy like Heidi Swap's kits in digital format. So they have a lot of those kits digitally, which I love. American Crafts. So these are by types, like brushes, if you like to use brushes. These are my digital scrapbook files. I create digital scrapbooks and have done forever. I used to do exclusively digital, and then I converted over to paper, so I do a lot of paper and a lot of digital. Not as many as I'd like, but I do. Some of these are kind of old. So this is like one I did last year. See, this is this year I made it. This is a 4th of July digital scrapbook page that I made. I use Photoshop Elements for my digital scrapbooking. To me, it's just an easier program for scrapbooking than the full-blown Photoshop program. I do use Photoshop when I edit photos for weddings and, family photos and stuff, just because I do. Anyway, Photoshop Elements is a standalone program by Adobe that you can buy, and you're not paying a monthly fee, and you can resize photos. I use it for creating sticker pages, resizing photos, digital pages, little printable flyers, all kinds of stuff that I'm layering images on. So that's just a little plug for Photoshop Elements. But this folder is exclusively digital type pages, like memory keeping. The two I use the most is Katie Pertiet and Sweet Shop Designs. I love Sweet Shop Designs, and I also buy Tracy Reed from Sweet Shops, but because she has her own website, sometimes she has sales on her own website that is cheaper than Sweet Shop. I've just created her own folder. So whether I buy them from her directly or from Sweet Shop, I put all of her product in her own folder. And the digital kits, are a little bit different than like what Kelly makes. You get like a folder of 12 by 12 paper, which you can obviously just drag into a letter size print. Um, all of the PNG files are individual images that you can drag and layer for a digital scrapbook page. Here's more papers, but Tracy Reed also does printables. These are for traveler notebook size pages, but she makes sticker sheets out of all of her individual PNG folders. So I can open up a sticker page and print some of those images as stickers for hybrid type scrapbooking. So I use Sweet Shop and Katie Pertiet the most. In Katie's file, because I buy multiple types of things from her, she has overlays, brushes, elements, full kits, text path files, just papers, photo frames, and masks. I can use her photo frames on any page that I create. The biggest thing I love about Katie is she creates templates. I do a lot of my own designing, but I also love her templates that she creates. I'll open one of these here. So when you buy these, the template is already done. All of these are different layers. There's probably, I don't know, 20 or 30 layers on this page. She's got text paths. She's got blendable masks. She's got chipboard type little elements, ephemera that are all layered, butterflies, bladders, leaves. These are like brushes. And the beauty of it is you can drag a photo into the photo mask, like right here, and resize it and clip it behind this little mask. This is another mask. This might be over here. But see how the journaling path is along the circles here? So what she's already created those text paths. So when you type out your journaling, it automatically formats to these text paths. So she has a lot of really cool layered templates that I love. And the last couple of years, she started doing physical product that she's been selling. If you look at some of these, you might recognize some of her kits. But here's a cute little Halloween with all the fun little elements, and you just have to drag your photos in. And if you don't like this black background, you can change it out to orange with your own paper. That's the beauty of templates. You can use the basic template, but just drag in different colors and different elements and make it your own. I used to get my sheets printed out at Costco, but they quit doing the printables locally, the photos and resizes and canvases, all that fun stuff at their local little store. So I've been sending all of my digital pages into Persnickety prints. They do a great job for photos, and they have 12 by 12 size photo sheets to print digital scrapbooks out. So anyway, Katie just has like amazing templates that you can use. These just happen to be all Halloween ones right now. But that's how I organize my digital products. It's really important. I believe it's really important to save them on an external hard drive because it doesn't fill up your computer hard drive on your PC or laptop or whatever you use. And if you get an SSD drive, the ones I use I have some Samsung ones, and they're about 1 to 2 terabytes each. And sorry, I need a drink of water. They're about the size of a deck of cards. They're really small. But SSD drives are one of the safest hard drives for saving data on. You can drop them, and they just have a really low failure rate compared to some of the others out there. There's been stories of people that have dropped their little SSD drive in the lake and dove and got it and plugged it in, and everything worked once it dried out. But the little cards that you put in your camera, like my Canon, I have a Canon digital camera, and those little memory cards are also SSD, solid state drive, I believe is what it stands for. Anyway, that's how I organize all of my digital kits and elements. And I don't keep them forever. Some of the artists I keep for a few years just because I go back and use a lot of the photo frames and elements in them. They have tag stickers or labels that I really like to use a lot. And some of them, like Sweet Shop, I've been buying their digital kits since the beginning of time, it seems like. So I usually every year delete my 2 oldest years. So I probably have 4 or 5 years of kits out there that I keep in my folders. I forgot to tell you, one of the other parts of my organization is I use OneNote. So what I do is, if you're not familiar with OneNote, it's like a notebook. Think of in school, you had a notebook with like 5 tabs for each section or subject or class for school. So in OneNote, I create tabs of my different products. So here's Kelly Bangs, and then inside there is like a sheet. So for each of her kits, and this puts it in alphabetical order. Doesn't look like I've put her newest one on here yet. But Step Right Up was one of the last ones. So if you, let's just do it right now. I'll go out here and find Kelly Bangs' newest kit, which is called Home for the Holidays. You can only input PNGs in here. You can't put PDFs. You can, but it's just a link that takes you back to find the PDF somewhere else in your folder. I create these notebooks specifically to look at images. I want to see the pictures, what's in that kit, so I can go through here really quick and say, oh yeah, I want some of these. Rule of School. Oh yeah, I forgot I had this kit. Look at all those fun images. Retro Summer. I need to print some more of these cards. I can just really quick look at these images that I have out here. So her newest kit is called Home for the Holidays. So right down here at the bottom, I'm going to add a page. I'm going to type Home for the Holidays. So now I have a new sheet for that kit. I'll go into the PNGs here, and I am going to drag images. See that? You just drag it in there, and then I resize it. Isn't that fun? For some reason, those attached together, and I don't like it when that happens. And then I can visually see, without open each file separately, what is in that file folder of images. I can just look on my OneNote, and guess what? There they are. So isn't that fun? It's another part of my organization that I do with a lot of my digital. Look at those. Aren't those flowers just the prettiest ever? I think those colors are like one of my favorites so far. So I just stick them in here, resize them. It's super easy. Like I said, I'm just dragging that down there, and it puts the image in the folder and saves it, not in the folder, but the notebook page. so that I can see all of those. So next year, if I'm like, oh, what fall? If I'm like, I've got enough. I don't need to do any more. What images do I have? I may go in, because like I said, I use the floral images so much. I may create a own separate folder under Kelly for florals and make copies of all the floral PNGs, cut files, PDFs, whatever. And I may just create under Kelly Banks like a floral notebook sheet. So I can just put all the florals. If I do that, I'll have to type under them what kit they're in. I don't know. I'm always thinking about time savings because that's what I am. I'm organized, a time saver, efficient is what I try to be. So that is OneNote. There's all the images. It doesn't have the papers or anything. This is only the PNG files because it has to be an image that I can put in here. But it gives me an idea of what's in that kit. And if I really like these, I can go back into the kit and say, oh, what papers or what journaling cards, what other things are in that kit besides just these sticker cutouts that I can do. So that is how I organize all of my digital products.